Welcome to the latest edition of Cardiovascular Updates, covering breakthroughs in the past 2 weeks. Brought to you by LucidQuest. MiRus reported first patient enrollment and treatment in the STAR trial, a prospective, multi-center, randomized controlled study in 1,025 U.S. patients with severe symptomatic aortic stenosis across surgical risk groups. The trial compares the Siegel 8-fraction transcatheter heart valve with commercially available balloon-expandable or self-expanding transcatheter heart valves. New STORM-PE data showed that patients treated with computer-assisted vacuum thrombectomy plus anticoagulation achieved better 90-day functional outcomes than those treated with anticoagulation alone. In the 100-patient prospective, multi-center randomized trial across 22 international sites, benefits included longer 6-minute walk distance and a higher rate of NYHA Class 1 status, with comparable safety through 90 days. JenaValve announced the official U.S. commercial launch of Trilogy following FDA pre-market approval for symptomatic severe aortic regurgitation in patients at high or greater surgical risk. The first commercial procedures were performed at Columbia, Cedars-Sinai, and Piedmont, with the company describing Trilogy as the first U.S. transcatheter device with a dedicated indication for high-risk aortic regurgitation. Bayer received UK approval for Kerendia, or finerenone, in symptomatic chronic heart failure with LVEF 40% or above, covering both HF-MREF and HF-PEF. The MHRA decision was based on the Phase 3 Fine Arts HF study in 6,001 adults with symptomatic heart failure and ejection fraction of at least 40%. Bayer said publication of the full OCEANIC-STROKE Phase 3 dataset in the New England Journal of Medicine confirmed lower ischemic stroke risk with asundexian versus placebo, both on top of antiplatelet therapy, with no increase in ISTH major bleeding. The global trial randomized 12,327 patients after non-cardioembolic ischemic stroke or high-risk transient ischemic attack. Stereotaxis signed a definitive agreement to acquire Robocath, aiming to combine complementary robotic platforms across interventional cardiology and neurointerventions. Robocath's R1 Plus system is commercially available for percutaneous coronary intervention in Europe, and the company is also developing a next-generation platform with recent first-in-human use in France. Medtronic expanded its cardiovascular portfolio by completing its acquisition of CathWorks for $585 million plus potential earnouts, following a prior co-promotion partnership. The company also joined Pulnovo's $100 million financing round and entered a strategic investment and commercial agreement related to pulmonary artery denervation. Conavi received FDA 510(k) clearance for its next-generation hybrid coronary imaging platform, which combines intravascular ultrasound and optical coherence tomography in a single system. The clearance supports U.S. commercial expansion, with launch expected in the second half of 2026. Stay ahead in cardiovascular research. Like, share, and subscribe for our updates. Visit lqventures.com or email us at info@lqventures.com for expert healthcare consulting. See you next time.